DreAllDay.com.
What up, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. We're here on hopefully the good side of the train tracks. Talk public speaking. Public speaking is not something that maybe you don't want to do it as a career. Maybe you're not trying to be a political candidate, or you don't want to give keynote speeches or MC events or anything like that. But you don't need to have that desire to have the need to get better at public speaking. Understand that public speaking is a basic, fundamental skill that you'll need if you want to get ahead in life. Because public speaking does not mean you stand on a stage and there's a whole bunch of people who paid for a ticket to come listen to you talk about some topic, bloviate on some topic. Public speaking can be you sitting in a room with two other people during a job interview and they ask you, why do you want this job? Public speaking can be you talking to your teammates in a locker room and telling them, hey, why we need to practice harder, or why we need to play better in the second half of this football game or this basketball game. Public speaking does not mean you talking to hundreds of people. Public speaking can be you talking to one person. All right, so public speaking is your ability to just say what you feel, express what you feel in front of an audience of people, which could be one person or a million people, and doing it clearly, concisely, and getting your point across in a way that can and will influence people to do or think something differently. So public speaking is not, again, you don't have to want to do it as a profession. It's just something that you want to get better at, communicating your points and your ideas to other people. So I'm going to give you 3 simple points, 3 simple tips, as always, that you can follow to get better at speaking in public. And we got to make sure, if y'all see the train coming behind me, let me know so I can get off the tracks. All right, now I can see that way. I can't see that way. So point number 1, speak. The obvious, simplest way to get better at public speaking is to speak more. And again, when I say public speaking, that means just communicating your ideas and your points of view to other people. Speak. Now, how can you do that and practice it though? How can you practice getting better at public speaking? Do something like what I'm doing right now. Turn on your camera on your phone, prop it up so you can see yourself, and just talk. Think of a subject that you want to talk about. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to come up with some new topic. You don't have to be an expert on anything or have some scientific paper that you wrote. Just come up with a topic that you know well and just talk about that topic. Just talk for 5 minutes straight is what I tell people. Think of any subject. I don't care if you want to talk about Jordan versus Kobe versus LeBron. You want to talk about Obama versus Trump. You want to talk about the weather, what the food that you ate last week. Whatever you want to talk about, just try to talk for 5 minutes straight without stopping. Just get better at explaining your points, and don't go off notes. Don't try to memorize what you're going to say ahead of time. Just start talking. Get better at talking without stopping, just so you can develop the skill. The way that I do these videos, and I've done thousands of these videos without looking at notes, and most of the time without stopping, 99% of the time without stopping or forgetting what I was going to say, because I have experience doing it. I got better at it because I kept doing the thing. You get better at doing the thing by doing the thing. That's the way it works in anything in life. You want to get better at something, you got to go out there and actually do it. So the number 1 point is just to get out there and speak. Second point, the topic that you talk about, as I just told you, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to come up with some new level of expertise that nobody did before or something that you never talked about before. So talk about what you know. Talk about the things that you like. You want to find the intersection of things that you care about and in which you have experience. This is your sweet spot when it comes to whatever you want to talk about. You want to speak about it confidently, clearly, and concisely. What you care about intersected with what you have experience in. So you could care about something, but you have no experience, then you probably won't have much to say, because what are you going to tell people? You haven't done anything in that area. And if you have experience in something, but you don't care about it, nobody wants to hear it. No, you don't want to talk about it because you don't care about it. Well, you want to talk about something you're not enthusiastic about. For example, I worked at McDonald's for a year when I was a senior in high school. So I had the experience, I had the knowledge, but I don't give a damn about working at McDonald's. So I'm not going to go speak at any conference about working at McDonald's because I don't care about it. I have, let's say, what's something that I care about? I care about nice big buildings that are being built, but I never built a building. I'm not an architect. I never designed a building. I'm not a building developer, so I can't go and talk about it because I have no experience. I can't give people any new knowledge or new information. I can like it, but I don't have any new knowledge or information to share with anybody. But let's say something like basketball, playing pro basketball. I care about it because it's something that I did. I invested a whole lot of time, attention, energy, money, and focus into doing it, and I also have the experience in it. I just like I just said, I made those investments, and what I talk about in one of my top podcast episodes is called The 5 Forms of Investment. That's episode number 609 of the Work on Your Game podcast, if you want to look it up. When you find that intersection of things that you're passionate about, or you care about them, you give a damn, and you've actually done them, you have experience and knowledge and something to share with other people, that's the sweet spot. Those are the topics that you need to be talking about, where you have care and you have experience. And We just checking for that train. And point number three, prepare. Be ready for what you're going to talk about. The saying goes, proper prior preparation prevents poor performance. What are you going to talk about? Where are your points? Where are your transitions? Now, me personally, I don't like to memorize what I'm going to say. What I like to do is, just like I do in these videos, I do the same thing when I give a keynote speech. I know the points that I'm going to make. So if I got 5 points, I know the 5 points. If I have certain stories I'm going to tell, I know those stories. If it's certain sayings or analogies I'm going to make, I know those, but I don't memorize word for word exactly what I'm going to say. I kind of let it flow as I get into it. But other people may like to memorize their whole speech and know it word for word and give the exact same speech word for word every time they give that speech. That's not the way that I do it, but you may want to do it that way. Whatever way you do it, just make sure you prepare. All right, don't show up somewhere and just say I'm going to wing it because I know the topic so well, or I'm the expert, or they already paid me. No, prepare anyway. You want to give your best performance, you got to prepare. Anyone who gives a great performance at anything is prepared ahead of time. I don't care how many times they did it, how often they've done it, how great they've been at this point. I mean, think of a basketball player. You could be the best player in the world, but you still go to practice every day. You still go to the gym and get your shots up. You still go to the weight room and lift weights. You don't just say, well, I've been great already up to this point, what I need to prepare for now. You keep preparing. It's the same thing in anything else. If you want to be great at getting your point across, it doesn't even have to be a speech. This could be a sales presentation. It could be a job interview. It could be you pitching to some angel investor to get funding for your company. You need to prepare what you're going to say ahead of time. Again, it doesn't have to be word for word, but you need to have an idea of what you're doing, so when you get into the situation, you're more comfortable with the situation. This is just basically practice. Just like in sports, like in business, like in anything else you do in life, the better you are prepared, the better you will perform. Proper prior preparation prevents poor performance, or some people say precludes perfect performance. Whichever way you want to say it, actually you should say both. You got to be prepared, know what the hell you're doing ahead of time. So let's recap this video, how to get better at public speaking. Point number 1, speak. Turn your camera on your phone and talk to yourself on that phone for 5 minutes every single day, just to get comfortable speaking on a subject, seeing yourself on camera. Watch the video back, look for your verbal tics, look for the times you use word fillers like make sure you edit those out, not out of the video, but I mean, as you're speaking, the more you do it, you'll notice them. You'll start editing yourself out because you'll become conscious of the fact that you're doing that. Get better at speaking by actually doing the thing, and watch yourself and evaluate yourself. Number 2, find the intersection of things that you care about and in which you have experience. Because if you don't care about something, you're not going to have any passion. Nobody's going to believe you. And if you don't have any experience, you have no knowledge. Nobody wants to hear from you. And the third one, prepare. Prepare ahead of time. Proper prior preparation prevents poor performance or precludes perfect performance. You must be prepared ahead of time. I don't care how many times you've done it, how great you think you are, how much they already paid you for it, how much people already are bought into everything you're doing. You still must prepare. You never want to turn the shitty performance, because your reputation will start to get around, and you'll soon find those opportunities dried up. And whatever you're doing, whether that's within a team of you speaking, nobody wants to hear you because you don't know what the hell you're talking about, or if you want to do this as a business or anything, you won't be able to persuade or get your point across with anybody if you're not prepared with what you're going to say before you start speaking, or if you don't have the experience and you don't have that intersection of care and experience. So all of this will help you be better as a public speaker. You can thank me later. Work on your game, and hey, the train didn't come. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com. My book, Work on Your Game, Using the Pro Athlete Mindset to Dominate in Business, Sports, and Life, is available now where all books are sold, physical, digital, and of course the audiobook, 100% done by me. You have learned from these philosophies, the mental game, business, sports, life, anything you do, this is the book for you. Go get it now and work on your game. Dre all day.